All right. We live.
Welcome to the inaugural episode of Not Your Enthusiast. We are the IKONICs. I go by DJ C4. That's my main man. To my right.
Yes, sir. Saran Pearson. Make sure you say the whole name.
Make sure you say the whole name. It's like a pimp named Slickback.
Hey, boy, you know, if somebody go by their whole name, man, that's top tier, man.
He said, Mr. Slickback.
It's like LeBron James or Michael Jordan.
LeBron James. LeBron James. You ever seen that episode of Boondocks?
Hell yeah.
When a nigga said, he said, Mr. Slickback. Mr. Slickback said, no, it's a pimp named Slickback.
No, nigga, I'm a pimp named Slickback.
So you gotta say the whole name.
Yeah, try. Let me see that lighter, man.
We are. This is Not the Enthusiasts. We're the IKONICs.
And I'm Polo.
All right, man. So what y'all fellas smoking on today, man? Because I got me a Partagas.
I got a Placencia. You gotta say it with so much extra oomph in it.
And I am having a CAO Cameroon L'Anniversaire. This is a Toro 55 by 5 inch 50 gauge.
Oh yeah, you
5 by
right.
2. It's a 5 by 2 55 gauge. 5 by 2 inches. 55
And we
gauge.
purchased all these cigars straight from Icon Cigar Lounge.
Exclusively at Icon Cigar Lounge.
That's a purchase. Come on in, get you a drink, get you a smoke.
Nice vibe out.
It's a whole vibe. It's a whole vibe.
Oh, we got pool too, man. So you know, anybody want to take some L's, you know.
He said pool, not food. We got
P-O-O-L
pool.
with sticks.
It's about a 6 gauge. Hexagon.
That's a 6. Mm-hmm.
It's
about a 6 and a half.
Like a hexagon. Yeah, it is 6.5.
6.5 by 60.
So, since you the cigar aficionado, Polo, how you know what gauge is what? That's another thing. You can just tell by looking. Or
It depends. It'll show you, but you have your robustos are usually your 5 by 5 inch 50 gauge. Your Gordos are 660s. Your Toros are usually about a 5.2, 5.4, 52 to 56 gauge. You know what I mean? So it's basically up in that range. That's pretty much what all of them are. When you get down to your Tatianas and everything, those are more like in your 40 gauges. The smaller the gauge, the smaller the cigar, basically.
Less packing, less filling.
You know, Tatiana's, it's straight flavor right there, man. Them and them acids. No cigars.
Don't
Carl
talk
love ass.
about the asses, boy.
I'm surprised he
Them Tatianas
guess
pack
he
a
ain't no
mean
choice
punch,
today.
man, for them to be so small.
Do they really?
Yes, man. I'm talking about like you could be. Look, somebody could be all the way at the other side of the lounge, and we back here. You will smell a Tatiana.
Oh, you talking about the smell? I thought you was talking about the smoking.
Nah, I don't know how they smoke because I ain't smoke. I ain't ever smoked one before.
Man, you gotta try at least one of them.
That bad boy built like a.
I can't do it, man. It just, I don't know. It's something about the size of that Tatiana. And then I don't like flavored cigar. I'm not a fan of flavored cigars.
Pause.
Yeah, pause on that size of it. I'm gonna say the gauge of it. It's something about the gauge of it.
Let's use the right terminology, because I am going to say pause. If you say size again,
Pause.
there you go. It's got a nice girth to it.
Oh no.
Paul, definitely. We got to redo this shit, not sir. This is getting. Come on, this is a family show.
Yeah, it's family friendly for now.
Oh man.
We see how it goes after we get about halfway through these glasses and about halfway down this cigar.
Well, it's definitely family friendly. I don't see us going out of control. This is definitely something we
Hey, you never know, man. Right? Elevate. Meet some people from Magic City. Bring them to Augusta.
I definitely don't want to do that. Then we in the Joe Button field of podcasting. Yeah, I always said I want to stay away from that.
I'm trying to stay as far away from Joe Button as I can.
Like if we ever make it, no disrespect to Joe, like.
He got his lane, man.
Joe kind of really created his own lane with that podcast. Because you remember they had he started out with academics and the other chick with oh man,
I be forgetting he was with academics.
I forget the name of their podcast slips from my mind.
I just know Joe, man. Joe Button from the what it was. What was that fighting game they used to have? Def Jam.
Yeah. Yo,
Joe Button used to be that dude on Def Jam. Well,
the fact that you said you know Joe Button from the fighting game, not the fact that he was a rapper.
Yeah,
well, he was that deal on
not the pump it up, Joe. He don't know the pump. Yeah, he don't know that
every time I play Def Jam.
Yeah, he don't know that Joe.
But he old enough to know that Joe.
He should, yeah.
Like he's in the range of.
Scar, you gotta remember, I'm from down south, man. We grew up on T.I., Andre, Outkast.
But Pump It Up was like everywhere though.
I mean, it was everywhere. But that really wasn't my color. No, I like Scott Storch, but that really wasn't my. No, I'm a Jeezy type of guy, man. I like to put on for my city.
Okay, you the snowman.
Well, I don't know about that.
You the snowman. You putting on for your city. That's what he meant.
I'm a college graduate, man.
That's what's up.
Accounting
we promote education around here, too.
Sir, stay out them streets, man.
The streets ain't gonna love you back.
This is not bad.
That's your first time having one?
This is the first time. This is the first time.
Oh, you won't be disappointed with that one, man. That's one of the best cigars we have in that humidor. That's why it's priced the way it is. But yeah, Placencia. Placencia has a nice line, and they have an array of cigars. We just happen to have
just one.
That one in here, but we have had the
Alma Fuerte.
The Alma Fuerte. Yes, we have had the green box one.
I believe that's the one that won the Cigar of the Year back in I think it was 2021. Because I know Olivia won 2020, but I might be getting my years. The V Series won 2020, but I might be getting my years mixed up. It's either or, to be honest.
This is very very smooth. Like
I think that's smoke, man.
Yeah. I didn't have any like crazy expectation for it when I picked it out of the humidor. But I definitely thought, all right, hopefully it gives me what I'm looking for. Like you said, my favorite, definitely my go-to is Acid Line. Acid Line is...
I thought you switched it up, man, them 1800s.
Man, Acid Line gonna get my dollars. They gonna get my dollars. I will not...
So just so y'all know, man, when y'all start seeing some different type of acids up in Icon Cigar Lounge, man, it's all thanks to Cigar.
Yeah, definitely.
DJ C4.
Definitely. I'll probably buy them all up, but you know, you got to get here before I get to them.
There you go.
Get here before I get to them.
First come, first serve. Supply and demand.
Supply and demand.
It's all about supply and demand.
Because that we were just talking about how I enjoy the acid line of cigars. And not all of them have a sweet taste to them. Not all of them have a sweet taste to them.
Facts.
Everybody believes that acids are just
acids
basically
really
infused.
Really smooth though. If you get the right ones. I ain't never really had a bad one, to be honest with you.
And that's what I'm saying. Like when people were knocking me at first, like I was soft, like you just
that's how I get feeling type of way.
I was feeling some type of way, you know.
You wanted to be hard.
Pause.
Pause.
For me not to.
First you soft, now you hard. Pause. Pause. I thought y'all said this was a family show.
For me not to be a smoker until about 2 years ago. For me not to be a cigar smoker until about 2 years ago. You know, factory smoke was the go-to. That's where I started. You know, basic, real smooth.
The factory smoke was real smooth for you?
It's got a nice taste to it. When you first start out.
But that's like a starter cigar.
You can't jump out. You can't jump on the boat, man.
I didn't jump off the porch. Like,
you gotta at least you gotta ground.
So factory smoke is like a good starter cigar for those who like trying to start smoking cigars.
Yeah, I'm saying for a person who's been a smoker, and not cigarettes, but you know, like a person who smokes. Like Tatiana's a little too.
It's too sweet.
Too sweet. Yeah, a little
more so of a sweet taste.
I didn't want anything too harsh. I didn't want anything that was going to make me feel like I can't do this again. Mm-hmm. You know, so shout out to my boy Jamie.
Shout out to Jamie.
My man Jay Brinson. Definitely
rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, definitely put me onto the factory smokes like very early. And his first words was, "You ain't gonna smoke no Tatianas."
Yeah.
Hey, don't say that too loud, man. Berlin might see this.
Jimmy wasn't gonna let you smoke no Tatiana.
Berlin might see this. But that was his thing. He was like, you know, if you're gonna smoke, you're gonna start slow, but you're not gonna start on the real infused side. You know,
right.
A factory smoke definitely has its infused taste because you got the factory smoke sweets. And
yes, I messed around. Not to cut you off, but I messed around and picked one of those up, thinking it was just a regular cigar. Yeah, I was highly disappointed. Yeah,
but you were a smoker, so like previous to me becoming, like stepping out and expanding my palate and my range, definitely the factory smoke was the way to go. And then as I stepped up a notch, acid was the next thing because I was smoking the factory smoke sweets. So going to a blondie was like, oh, well, this is a cigar with a smoother, a lighter taste. Definitely way better than a factory smoke.
And we talking about the acids right now for everybody who don't know.
Yeah,
that's the brand.
That is also out of the Drew Estate line.
Acids. Definitely.
Damn, I didn't know they was out of Drew Estate too.
So definitely moving forward, you know, and progress from there. You know, I if I'm gonna say anything for new smokers, do not start somewhere where it's gonna turn you off from actually wanting to smoke a cigar.
Right.
You know?
Definitely got to build up to him, man. Don't jump out there. Don't start getting the cohibas. I know Lil Wayne be using them in raps, man. But you can't. Hey, you got to build up to that, man. That's a professional right there. It's a professional smoker.
Everybody always want to talk about they want to smoke a Cuban. You don't want to smoke a Cuban your first time around.
Man, I'm going to tell you, most people that say they want to smoke a Cuban probably would never get the opportunity to smoke a Cuban.
Not a real one anyway.
Not a real Cuban. Unless you go out of the country. You can't even get them in the country, really, because even if you bring them in, they're not for retail sale. And you can only bring up to 100 back per person, but you can't resell them legally. But most people, when they get Cubans, ain't nobody really going out the country coming back with 100 cigars at a time like that just to try to bootleg them. If you come back with 100 Cuban cigars, 9 times out of 10, you only gonna pass them out to people that you love, because you ain't gonna come back.
Go through something before I give you
Oh,
one.
absolutely, yes. We definitely got to have had to go through something for you to get one of my Cubans, and I only got 100 of them. You know what I mean? Yeah, you must have gave me a kidney or something, bro. Like, I'm telling you.
For a Cuban. Kidney for a Cuban.
A kidney for a Cuban.
Sound like a fair trade to me.
That sound like fair trade? Yeah. A kidney for a Cuban.
But nobody. And then when you get them, to even get 100 of them to bring back, you know how expensive that is? Like, you can get a 5-pack. A 5-pack gonna cost you damn near $100. You know what I'm saying? That's just for a 5-pack. So you talking roughly about $20-25 a stick. Now you multiply that times 100. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on now, you spend $2,000 on some cigars just to get, man. No, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah.
Just to say I did it, you know.
No.
Why not? Just to say I did it one day.
You go on a cruise to the Bahamas and say, well, what did you do? I went and got 100 cigars. 100 Cuban cigars. Yes, that's all I did. Did you do any excursions? No, I did not. I couldn't afford it because I spent all my money on Cuban cigars. Yes, everything Cuban cigars. That's it.
You know, you gotta want to spend $2,000 though. Like you gotta want to.
It's definitely. I mean, you want to be, if you're a real cigar smokers. If you smoke that, you definitely will not be depressed.
You say if you smoking your own personal cases of cigars, you know, you're gonna spend a decent amount of money. I'm not talking about you. I ain't talking no astronomical numbers though, you know. But you're gonna get up to the 200s sometimes.
Man, listen, I bought 80 cigars. 80 cigars, and they range about. The average I paid for was about $5 because you know, okay, the more cigars you buy, the cheaper you pay for them individually.
Right.
So I bought about 80 cigars at about $5 a cigar. Yeah, I spent
the grip.
Yeah, I did.
That man was up there.
Yeah.
What kind of cigars were they though?
Yeah, I was getting ready to ask that question.
I had they were different. I had like 1, 2, 3. I had like 4 different cases. I had Cohiba, Nicaraguan Cohibas.
Nicaraguans.
I had Gigante Partagas, black.
Oh yeah. See that? I really wanted to try that black label. I ain't tried it yet, man. But everybody always talking about it, so I know I got to be doing something.
Man, we had a few of them. Matter of fact, the few that you put, the 3 that you put in there, a guy came in here just the other night and bought all 3 of them.
I know he did.
I told him, I said, you go straight for the good stuff.
Yo, bro, he went and looked in the humidor. I kid you not, he was there for 2 minutes.
He knew he wanted.
Yeah,
2 minutes.
Man,
Man, he looked over the humidor and saw, because you know they were sitting like right in the middle, like right at eye level.
And if you,
oh yeah, I'll take all these.
You could have overlooked them like completely. I guarantee you that man stood there. He said, "Oh, all you heard was oh." Next thing you know, he was at the register. I was like, "Dang, he bought all 3 of them drinks. Try them."
I was sitting at the corner of the bar and I was just like, "Oh yeah, you go straight for the good stuff." He said, "When you know, you know." When you know, you know.
And it's my thing. You got to know what you're into. You got to know what you like.
Go ahead.
Go.
Another thing too is pairing the cigars. What are you drinking? That's one thing I like to do when I have guests come in and they're standing at the humidor and they ask, well, what's a good cigar? My first question is always, what are you drinking? What are you drinking? Now, I can always pair, most of the time, I can pair what you're drinking with the cigars that we have available. Now, the more cigars that you have, the more difficult it can become to pair with alcohol, but I can kind of put it in a range. If you're drinking brown liquor, okay, I have cigars in here that will pair well with brown liquor. If you're drinking white, tequila, I have cigars that pair well with that in our humidor here at IKONIC Cigar Lounge. For those of you that didn't get that, But yes,
15 North Leg Road, Augusta, Georgia.
My posse's on North Leg. Posse up. So yeah, whenever you come through, we will pair you with a good alcohol of your choosing, and try to pair you well with a cigar of your liking.
Even if you like coffee, we have cigars.
We do have that as well.
That go well with a cup of coffee. And,
coffee is definitely, that's a nice.
I would recommend our nub, that nuance.
Oh my God.
That nuance. That
it's got a chocolate
well
taste to it. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I don't think I tried that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one right on the bottom, but it's got like a chocolate type of taste to it, and it definitely go good with a coffee. Like,
oh yes.
If you're an avid coffee drinker,
oh that's the one. That's the one. And don't be surprised, pause, by the size of it. Don't let the size of it fool you.
Don't let the size fool you.
Yeah. Now you can have a nub, and our nub is only 4.5 inches. But the gauge is about
right,
a 60. Yeah.
Nub will get you right, man.
And those nubs, man, that's still a 45-minute smoke.
If not longer, it depends on how you
smoke it, right?
It depends on how you cut it. People think, oh, I just cut it this way because that's what I like to see. A different cut will give you a different type of smoke. If you're not a person that likes a lot of smoke, I say get a V cut. You want to.
No, if you want a lot of smoke, cut the round cut that joint.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Like for me, most of the time, if I'm smoking like something that has a torpedo, I like to get a round cut.
Now, see me on the torpedoes, right? I like to V cut the torpedoes.
Well, you want to get all the way down to the end.
I want to smoke it. I want to smoke it. I almost smoke it. Now I've had me and one of the owners, Dwayne Pearson's, we were smoking the same cigar but a different cut. And we experienced the same cigar with a different cut. Two completely different smokes.
Damn, I don't even think the cut would make that big of a difference. Like
no, but you had the torpedo, and I did a round cut.
That's what Dwayne had. He had a round cut.
But it depends on how high you cut it.
Right.
So I just did it just to cut off the torpedo piece.
Just right at the end.
So right at the end, but I can get probably the same type of smoke that Polo had.
Yes. That V cut for me was it was just
still smooth.
Yeah, mine was that V cut for me on that torpedo is where it's at for me.
V cut my go-to, to be honest with you.
Really?
In the cigar that I get, if my first time trying it, I'm trying to gauge the middle. I always get a V cut.
Well, you know what I've been doing lately? Punches. Yo, bro, I've been punching lately, man.
I've been punching,
and we got a punch up on the bar. It's got two separate punches. It's got a bigger gauge punch and a smaller punch, depending on the size of your cigar and everything. But I've been punching mine lately, especially if I don't V cut it. Most of the time, I've been punching them. And now that punch, it's a straight draw.
Yeah,
but you only gonna get so much out of it.
You only gonna get so much out of it, depending on the size. Depending on the size of the punch, actually.
Another thing I'm gonna start trying too is them double V cuts.
Yo,
I see a lot of people do that in Atlanta.
So
you talking about this way?
Fat Bottom Betty's. Yeah. Fat Bottom Betty's. Oh, the Mark Twains. Oh my God, what a great cigar.
Shout out to Mark Twain.
I usually double V, and I'm the one that don't drink crazy on here. I drinks, but my particular go-to, I like flavored stuff. So
no, we drink, man. We do hard shit.
I usually with my Fat Bottom Betty's, I'll dip it into my into what my drink is, and my drink of choice is Crown Apple. So it definitely gives it a different flavor.
Little apple.
Don't do that, Crown. Don't do that. But even with 1738. With the Mark Twain, gave that Mark Twain a totally different taste.
Shout out.
Now it does that goes back to what Trav was saying earlier about pairing. You know, we gotta know what you're drinking before you smoke.
Right. Like right now, this Cameroon is pairing well with this 1738 that I'm drinking. It's got a nice little stack of dimes on it. That's how you know you got a good cigar too. When it burns even like that, and you can hold dimes, you got a good cigar. When it start peeling and busting on you, now it could start peeling and busting because you're smoking it too fast. Mm-hmm. That's one thing that I had to learn through experience. When it starts bubbling up and the leaf starts coming up, I'm smoking it too fast. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to slow it down some.
With any cigar though,
right.
I feel like if you just want to get through it, you might as well smoke a cigarette.
Might as well smoke a cigarette.
Might as well smoke a cigarette or black and mild. Like you just trying to get through the situation, right. Be on about your business. Like this is a cigar is.
It's time for a conversation.
Time for a conversation.
Talk to somebody, drink a little something, feel good. You know,
it's about. I say it all the time. The barbershop without the clippers.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah,
I can agree with that.
We gonna sit down. We're gonna talk, and you could be in the barbershop for hours. You could sit in the barbershop after you got your hair cut.
Sometimes I used to ain't even get my hair cut. I just go to the barbershop.
Just go to the barbershop, yeah.
for conversation, and
that used to be the spot. That's like the black man's sanctuary, the barbershop, because you have conversations there that you don't have anywhere else. And the cigar lounge too, like when we have in here now, we do have a predominantly male following, but we have our female following as well. Shout out to the ladies that come through at Icon Cigar Lounge. We appreciate y'all.
Definitely.
We definitely appreciate that. But yeah, we have a predominantly male following, but you get a lot of grown men talking there, grown men conversations. Like we bridge generational gaps. Like,
ooh.
Right now, we're in the midst of 3 black men that grew up in 3 different eras. I'm a 70s baby. Sakal is an early 80s baby. Saran
early
is an early 90s baby. That's 3 generations, but we bridge the gap and we all come together, hang out, we smoke, we drink, we talk about life experiences. And that's how we keep the camaraderie going. And that's why our motto here at Icon Cigar Lounge is, it's a whole vibe. You never know what you're going to get, but you always got somebody to talk to.
And there are people that definitely walk in and know nothing about us, always leave with that perspective. With something,
yes.
That perspective, like, oh yes. Man, I had a great time. Mm-hmm. Like it was, and we don't even have to say it. Somebody to say it for us. Like it was a vibe. It was a vibe in here.
That all the time.
And I'm like, yo,
that's how I know we did a good job too.
Right.
And we definitely try to get to know our patrons. We don't only want to know what you like to drink. We want to know what you like to smoke. We want to know who you are.
Right.
Because the next time you come in, you're gonna get greeted by name. Yes. Like this is Cheers right here.
Yeah, where everybody knows your name.
Knows your name. You don't know nothing
and we're always glad that you came.
I know a little something about Cheers, man. I'm still on that.
To visit us. We're always glad that you came to visit us. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us.
Finish the sentence. There we go.
I'm not gonna keep doing that.
Yes, you are.
I'm chill.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Speaking of ladies, though, so we do have a decent wine selection as well. We are looking to, do a little wine tasting.
Right.
So especially targeted for the ladies. So if you're into some good wines, 1515 North Lake Road, we would definitely introduce you to a bunch of different types. Cabernets. We got a few Rieslings. We got a few whites. Pinot Noir. So we are expanding. So. Yeah, check us out, 1515 North Lake Road.
And ladies, excuse me not to cut you off, but ladies, if you all have wine selections, like your favorite wine, suggest those, and we would definitely...
we'll look into it.
We'll look into it, yeah.
We definitely aim to please. We want to know what the public thinks. We want to know what our patrons like, because that's how we stay in business, with any business. You gotta know what your customers enjoy.
Right.
It wouldn't be any of us without y'all.
Definitely. We 3 years?
3 years in the cigar lounge.
3 years in the cigar lounge.
We done had the event center for a while.
We were I've been down here 8 years. The event center been open since I've
We're
been
in
down
our
there.
third year for the Cigar Lounge. We opened in
Yeah,
It'll
2021.
be 3 years by the September.
the end of this year. Yep,
So-
September makes 3 years.
Yeah, so to me, definitely getting to know our patrons is why we're still here.
It don't seem this.
It don't
Does it
seem that
seem like
long.
it's been 3 years?
Nah.
Time be flying, man. I tell you that.
Time don't wait for nobody.
Cause it doesn't seem like we've been open a long time, but the camaraderie that we have built with the fan base, with the cigars, it seemed like we've been here forever. Because when you think about it, man, as many people that come through that door, and all of us are managers here, but when people come through that door and we greet them, it's almost like you never meet a stranger.
Oh,
You never meet a stranger.
that's a bar.
That's one thing we take pride in, making sure everybody feel like family.
Right, we
it's
do.
a family establishment.
Yeah,
So
it sure is, yes.
Definitely from the owners to down the line to the bartenders.
Right.
It's a family environment, and that's what we strive to give. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that, like I said, that barbershop or that salon. You know, because we do have a female clientele,
Right.
And what they do at the salon, we do at the barbershop. You know what I'm
I
saying?
feel like
I don't know what they do at the salon, but I
having-
know what we
they
do at
having
the
conversations.
barbershop.
They having conversations.
They
They may
talk
not be
about
having
it.
the same conversations we're having.
I hope not.
But they having conversations.
I hope they ain't talking about what we talking about.
well,
I'm
you know.
pretty sure they talking about what we talking about.
I'm pretty sure
Probably
they talking
worse.
about-
Probably worse.
You know, they like to spill the tea.
And they be having a lot of it too.
So for us, you know, we want you to come here and
Yeah.
bring a friend with you. Bring 2 friends with you.
Yeah,
Right.
tell a friend to tell a friend.
You know,
Bring your auntie,
yeah,
bring your mama.
bring your grandmama.
I guarantee they have a good time.
You never know. But we didn't, from the Cigar Lounge to the event center, people done bought their grandmamas and their grandmamas done had a great time.
My grandma been here.
Very true. Very
She's
true.
a preacher, so had a nice little, just
Grandma's
musical.
sitting doing
Okay then.
it. Getting it.
But she wasn't in here calling nobody no heathen. Y'all heathen smoking them stinking sticks.
Them stank sticks.
Them stank sticks.
What you smoking on, man?
I got that Partagas, man. Smoking this
It
Partagas.
looks smooth. It looks,
Yeah, Saran has a
You doing me
Robusto,
right,
a 5-inch by 50, 550 Robusto Partagas.
I'm gonna call this the red label, I'm assuming.
That's
'cause
the
I heard
red
black
label,
labels.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the red label right here. Pretty nice, smooth, nice mild stick. Nothing
It's
too
a
crazy.
mild to medium bodied cigar. And see, the reason why I put those in the humidor is because for our female clientele, not every female wants a sweet cigar,
Yes.
but she
That's
definitely don't
yeah.
want nothing bold and harsh like your Maduros. You know, we do carry a lot of Maduros, but something lighter without that sweetness, without the flavor, but a mild to medium bodied. And then sometimes you have the fellas who don't want to go as bold as a Maduro or anything that heavy, so they get something light and mild to medium bodied too. Like if they're drinking, say it pairs well with your vodkas, your tequilas. You know what I mean? Because it's mild to medium bodied. It's light. You know what I mean? And it has no harshness to it. And if you know anything about the Partagas line, the Partagas line is a good line of cigars within itself. So you can almost not get a bad Partagas no matter what it is.
Everywhere
Yeah.
I go, I always hear about the Partagas.
You always gonna hear about the Partagas, yeah.
Definitely something we bring into Augusta.
Yeah.
I guess I gotta do my research.
Well, yeah.
I guess I gotta do my research.
You can always come to Columbia with me, man. I'll be in
You
Columbia.
trying to get me to drive? If it ain't 5 minutes around the block for me, I'm not a driver
Your car
anymore.
good on
Man.
gas, man. So
My
you
car
don't
is
worry about
great
that.
on gas.
Exactly.
But
30 miles a gallon.
sir, I do not like to drive.
We might have to pull up on you on that. It could be a day trip. We can do a day
And
trip
actually, I do got that vendor that we need to go talk to.
We
in Columbia.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
That's a secret.
Now,
Hey, just stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
just for your knowledge, he brought back some cigars. This one particular cigar, it was a torpedo I remember it was a black label with like copper writing on it, and it had an S on it.
Scrapeyard is the name of it.
Bruh.
Black on too, by the way.
When I tell you that cigar,
Amazing.
it was a torpedo and I V-cut it. Bro, when I tell you I smoked it down to the nub like this, that's how good that cigar was.
No, I got to give it to our cigar connoisseur, man.
Yeah.
Got to get his input first.
That was a very good cigar.
This
I
is-
was
this
very
is-
impressed with that.
It's you know.
Shout out to Eric.
Appreciate
shout
you,
him out,
Eric.
Shout him out.
Yeah,
Definitely,
appreciate you, Eric.
Definitely shout him out.
You got something there with that scrapeyard. Yes,
When you
that was good.
got a great product. A great product sells itself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The word of mouth will definitely get that product out there. You know. And
That's the fastest way to advertise, actually, word of mouth.
it is.
Yeah.
Old fashioned has always been working, proven.
Mm-hmm.
Proven
It's
product.
faster
product.
than social media. Like you can put something on social media, but
And
if people
nobody
ain't-
will know.
But if people ain't talking about it,
And nobody knows.
Yeah.
But definitely, what you said, scrapeyard?
Scrapeyard.
Scrapeyard. Definitely.
Yeah.
Black on.
Plug them in. From Colombia.
That was
Out of
definitely
Colombia.
a good one. I'm
Out
looking
of-
forward. to
Originally from Atlanta,
I'm looking
but
forward to
they
smoking that one
moved to
again.
Colombia. So
Yeah.
So that's definitely a day trip. Then you know, we'll
Yes.
take the show on the road.
Yeah.
let's go.
Take the show on the road. You know, this is definitely not your enthusiast with the IKONICs. We got one enthusiast though, but you know, we call it not your enthusiast because me and Saran are we not there yet. We not there yet.
We getting there though.
We getting there.
One step at a time,
It
baby.
don't take long.
As long as we stick by Polo, big bro, you know, we'll
telling
be
you,
there.
man.
Hey, he gonna guide us the right way.
We gonna smoke together.
So for all those people that are just now getting into cigars, definitely this is the show for you. For all those people who are already into cigars, this is the show for you.
Right.
You know, we're gonna sit here, we're gonna talk, we're gonna enjoy different cigars. We're not gonna come to the table with the same cigar every time.
Right.
You know, we're gonna come with our knowledge based on what we do like to smoke, and then we're gonna try different ones so that we can definitely gain new knowledge for different things that
So we can pass that information to y'all.
Facts.
you might like to smoke. Man, we might even give me a comment or two. You know, send me the cigars that you might want to hear us talk about. You know,
Yes,
we would love
will
that, to
do,
be honest with you.
Cigar reviews.
you know,
Yes, sir.
definitely interact with us. It's DJ C4 from Not Your Enthusiast. If you're liking what you see, like, share, subscribe. Peace.
All right. We live.